Today we're going to be building a paint booth so that we can paint cars out of the garage. So I have painted a couple cars out of here already. I would just plastic the whole garage and the paint jobs came out nice, but now I'm looking to do something a little bit more professional and a little better. Hopefully by the end of this video, we're gonna have a semi-professional paint booth built here. Now, I do use a paint booth at work all the time, so I know kind of how they work and the ins and outs of them. This really has to come out nice because we are gonna be painting a couple of things in here pretty soon. So I have really never done anything like this, but first time for everything. So this is gonna come out nice, I already know it will. First things first, I have to get all the stuff out of the garage. That way we have enough room to be able to work. And then I'll explain a little bit more of what we're gonna be doing. Okay, so the garage is all cleaned out and ready to go. So I installed these lights a while ago when I first started. So you've got 4 lights over here, and then you've got all these ones over here. We've got that backlight that turns on, and then all of these top ones. I gotta figure out what's going on with this one. But overall, this is plenty of light to be able to paint out of. So the next step is kind of figuring out how we're gonna build this booth. Really wanna make it so it folds up. Hopefully, we can keep the whole booth to about right here, 6-8 inches. That way we can use the rest of this space for everything else that we gotta use it for. And then when we need the booth, we can just pull it out. So we're gonna work on building this back part first. And then when that's done, then we'll be able to kind of work on the sides. Probably last, we'll do the roof. So got a lot of work to do, but we're gonna get started trying to build that back wall. So we're moving along. First wall is laid out. These are the bottom pieces. So one of these will screw into the bottom side and then the other one will screw onto the top side. And then this whole thing is gonna lift up and bolt screw to the wall. So we're gonna get all this screwed together, which will be our first wall. And then we're gonna be able to start on all of our other walls. Is up. It is going to extend all the way out to about right here, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. So now we're going to jump outside and we're going to work on building these 2 walls right here and then figure out how it's all going to hinge and close up against the wall. So since these walls are going to fold into each other, we want to make them really easy to move. We're going to do one more piece of wood right here to brace this just a little bit more. So there'll be 2 pieces here. And then I have these little casters that I picked up from Harbor Freight. And it's just going to sit in there just like that. That way it'll just make it a little bit easier to open and close this booth. One right here and then one more over there. And we'll be doing that on each of the 4 walls that are going to be here. Okay, so this is the rear wall right here. This one's all the way finished and screwed together. So now we got the back and both sides done. We just have to do the front now and the doors that swing open. Okay, so made a little bit of progress on the paint booth. One of the walls is all put together and we are actually ready to hinge it to our main wall. As far as doors, we are almost done with them. Outside is all reinforced because we were worried that it was going to be a little weak. The inside, we still have to run all of our bracing across for our fans and reinforce the doors a little bit. And then we'll be able to hang those with the hinges and then hook this wall to the other wall and then do the exact same thing and get it hung. But we're almost there. Okay, both walls are up. So I know you can't really see what's going on right now, but we have latches in for where the main bay doors are going to open up and everything actually fits really nicely. Everything is hinged. So we're hinged here, are also hinged right over here on this side. You can see they're right in there. So we're going to open this up and show you guys what the sides are going to look like. Okay, well, it looks good. It looks really good. We did run into one small tiny issue that we're going to fix. When I try and open this door, it hits all of that up there. So we can't move that. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna build a small door right here that'll fold in. That way this will be able to open up all the way. But overall, I'm actually really happy with this. It looks great. This is actually pretty big. It's 12 feet wide, it's 10 feet high, and then it's 24 feet long. So I'm gonna actually be able to fit my dad's crew cab long bed F350 in here, which is perfect. That's why we built it this big. But then also getting the cars in here like the Cutlass and the Blazer and all that is gonna fit in here perfectly. We're gonna have tons of room to prime, tons of room to paint. Like this is gonna be absolutely amazing. Okay, so we are almost done with the booth. All of the woodworking is done, all the pieces have been cut. So we're gonna make this a cross draft booth, meaning the air is gonna come from one side and it's gonna go all the way to the other side. So we're gonna have fresh air coming in from over here. And then on the other side, see those 3 squares right there? That's where our exhaust fans are going to sit. So right now we are going to actually build a box. And the purpose of this box is it's going to encapsulate all of the fans so everything sucks out. And then I'm gonna run a pipe outside so that it filters the air outside and doesn't get everything all over this wall. So I'm gonna grab some intake fans so that we can get a fan set up on the front doors tomorrow. But tonight, to finish this off, we are going to start to plastic everything. So I got this thick plastic from Home Depot. It should work pretty well. We're just gonna staple it all to the wood, and that's hopefully gonna keep all of the dust and dirt from the garage and outside from getting in. And then what we're going to do is we're gonna tape it to the ceiling once all of the doors are opened up. So everything will close away, and then when we need it, it'll open up and we'll just tape it up quick. So we're gonna start cutting these into sheets and hanging them and getting this booth kind of finished up.
What are you thinking about, huh? You crazy dog.
The booth is all wrapped in plastic. It looks so good. We're really happy with how it's coming out. So once we finish cutting out all of our doors and everything, we're actually gonna close up the booth, get everything in, and come back tomorrow, and we're probably gonna finish the booth. So super cool. We got a lot of done today, but we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're back for another day. We went to Harbor Freight and got some more of these huge 30-inch fans. These are gonna be our intake fans, along with 2 20-inch fans that we're going to use on the bottom, and that will pretty much be it for this booth. Alrighty guys, so the foldable paint booth is finished. Came out so good, way better than we thought it would. It's really cool to have a booth this big and also have it this compact. If you walk over here, you can see it's only 6 inches. That's all the shop space it takes up, which is absolutely perfect. And then we're gonna fold this out right now and show you guys how big this thing really is. So it's super simple. You just undo a couple latches. This is the hardest part. Yeah. It's the hardest part right there. This door is also really heavy. So this is the first door. You gotta pull out to a 90. We have a little man door over here that you go through because you're gonna have fans and all that right there. Got another little latch right here that we gotta disconnect. Once that's disconnected, this wall opens up this way, like this. And before we open up the other wall, I'm gonna show you guys all of the lights. It gets really bright in here. So now, I disconnect this latch right here, and this wall is definitely a lot lighter. The extraction system we have set up here is 3 20-inch fans, and it's just gonna suck all the overspray out. We have exhaust filters on this side, which lines up and sealed against this box, and then all of our exhaust will go out the door. This side opens like this. And then the last wall pops off like that and opens this way. There's a lot of air, so it's kind of hard to move these. You have to go slow, but once it opens up, it goes like this. And then these go together. Got one on the top and one on the bottom, and that is what seals the paint booth. So this turns into a 24 foot by 12 feet wide, which is a really big booth. We're gonna be able to paint tons of stuff, and it's the perfect size. Okay, so coming over to this side of the booth, we made a little door right here to access our air, our water filtration system, and then also a plug just in case we need it. Like I said, this is a cross flow booth, so all the fresh air is gonna come in through these filters here. Okay, now coming around to the front of the booth, we're gonna have 4 total fans on this side pushing fresh air in. We had to put tons of latches on this door just to be able to keep it from moving when we open and close this booth. But let me grab those latches, then I'll show you how this opens up. Now, if you remember, we had to do this notched door right here because it hit our garage door opener. So we notched it, now it works perfectly to where we can open it all the way up and be able to get cars in. And then this one does the same thing, opens just like this. And now we have complete access to be able to drive the cars into the booth. So this booth was super fun to build. It took us a couple weekends, but we're so happy with how it came out. We're gonna be able to paint a couple of really cool things out of here. Let me know what you guys think about this booth. Leave any questions you have in the comments below and I'll get back to you. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace out.